World number 1 Iga Swiatek crashes out of Australian Open 2024, suffers 3 RD round loss to Czech teenager Linda Noskova. World number 1 Iga Swiatek crashed out of the Australian Open 2024 on Saturday. She lost her 3 RD round match to Linda Noskova. World number 1 Iga Swiatek crashed out of the Australian Open 2024 on Saturday after a 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 defeat to Czech teenager Linda Noskova in the third round of the women's singles. Swiatek started her third round match as an overwhelming favorite as she sealed the first set 6-3 from Noskova at the iconic Rod Laver Arena. After being a set down against the world No. 1, Noskova staged an impressive comeback by winning the second 6-3, creating Australian Open, going down 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 in the first Grand Slam event of the 2024 season. Swiatek has also ended her 18-match winning run at the Australian Open. The top seed arrived in Melbourne intending to clinch her maiden Australian Open title. Swiatek extends Australian Open drought with 3 RD round exit, known for handing her opponents the odd bagel or 6-0 scoreline. Swiatek had a tough start to the Grand Slam event in Australia this season. Sophia Kenin handed her a first-set tiebreak in the Australian Open opener, while Danielle Collins came close to matching Noskova's feat in the previous round. The Pole bounced back from 2 breaks down in the third set to upstage Collins in the second round. Swiatek, who outclassed Noskova in straight sets last year, has never crossed the semi-final stage at Melbourne Park. Australian Open 2024 results. Carlos Alcaraz loses to Alexander Zverev. Carlos Alcaraz was knocked out of the Australian Open when Alexander Zverev held off a spirited comeback by the Spaniard to win an absorbing quarterfinal at 1:20 local time. Germany's Zverev was rewarded for a rapid start to win 6-1, 6-3, 6-7, 2-7, 6-4 against Spanish second seed Alcaraz. Zverev served for victory at 5-3 in the third set, but Alcaraz burst into life. However, the 6th seed made no mistake the second time around to set up a semi-final with Daniil Medvedev. Earlier on Wednesday, 3rd seed Medvedev won 7-6, 7-4, 2-6, 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 against Poland's 9th seed Hubert Hurkacz. The 27-year-old Russian is aiming for a second Grand Slam title after winning the 2021 US Open, while Zverev is searching for a first major triumph. Zverev, 26, suffered a nasty injury when he tore ligaments in his right ankle during a French Open semifinal against Rafael Nadal in 2022, but has returned to the top of the sport. It was a very difficult moment, obviously in my career and in my life generally, said Zverev, who found out during the Australian Open he will face a trial in May over domestic abuse allegations, which he denies. I had to start from zero. I'm happy to be back in the top 10. I'm happy to be back in major semifinals and hopefully playing for titles again. Medvedev and Zverev will meet when the men's semifinals take place on Friday, with defending champion Novak Djokovic facing Italian 4th seed Jannik Sinner. Fast start sees Zverev through Alcaraz had breezed through the Melbourne draw to the last 8, going through the gears at the kind of pace seemingly needed for a tilt at the title. But he came unstuck as Zverev, who knocked out Britain's Cameron Norrie in the previous round in a grueling 5-setter, produced his very best level in an inspired start. Zverev used his huge first serve and heavy ground strokes to devastating effect in a one-sided opening set. Alcaraz won just 2 receiving points in the opener and made 11 unforced errors as Zverev took the lead in just 29 minutes. With the majority of the crowd seemingly behind the Spaniard, a sense of shock swept around Rod Laver Arena. It continued to linger as Zverev maintained a sky-high level, demonstrating the talent which has seen him long predicted to win one of the sport's major prizes. Midway through the second set, Alcaraz finally started to find his range with the forehand before Zverev fought off 2 break points for 3-3. But any thoughts from the Spanish fans it could be the start of a longer revival proved unfounded as Zverev won 4 games to a row for a 2-set lead. Zverev continued to apply pressure in the third set, moving 3-1 ahead when Alcaraz handed over another break with a double fault and a backhand long from deuce. Serving for victory, Zverev dug himself out of trouble at 0-30 with 2 enormous first serves, but Alcaraz, knowing it was now or never, responded again to break for the first time. Suddenly, Alcaraz had momentum. With his belief increasing, he walloped a series of stinging winners in the tiebreak and provided hope to his vocal supporters. Zverev received treatment on a foot issue before the fourth set, and many of the thousands who had stayed on Rod Laver Arena beyond midnight might have envisaged seeing the contest go into a decider. But Zverev ensured that did not happen. He broke for 5-4, helped by Alcaraz making 3 loose errors with his backhand, and did not miss a first serve as he wrapped up victory. For more sports videos, please support us by subscribe our channel.